Good afternoon, gentlemen. SBG, Active Aussie MGTOW here. It's about 12:35 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. It's a scorching hot afternoon, about 35 centigrade, 35 Celsius, and apparently there might be a severe storm, a hailstorm a bit later this afternoon, which wouldn't surprise me at all. I've just been out and about this morning doing a few different things and just thought I'd call in here at Salisbury and make a video. I just want to talk about something, and the title of this video is going to be Alternatives to MGTOW, and I say that with a question mark. And I thought about this recently because way back in about early 2018, might have been March or April 2018, I made a video in regard to MGTOW and cost benefit analysis and how I felt that MGTOW passes any cost benefit sort of analysis which is applied to it. And at the time, I think I only had about, I don't know, maybe 173, 174 subscribers, but I actually got quite a few hate comments in regard to that video, which I think I have deleted now. I did delete 2 or 3 videos back then because there was just a lot of vitriol flying around at that time. But I went into detail about how MGTOW is or was at that time the best option for young men, and also I suppose you could say any men. And in some comments, some people were saying that MGTOW has no future, and they were trying to say that MGTOW is useless because there is no sort of end game in regard to MGTOW. Like, you'd have comments such as, oh well, what does it lead to? And you could say the same thing about blue pillers, blue pill mindsets. I mean, what is the path that they're on? What does that really lead to? It's a very negative sort of path, in my opinion. If you just want to be a normie, go with the flow, just get married, just get involved with a girl. As we know now in 2023, hypergamy is way out of control, which I've said many times, so I won't go into much detail about that. But things now are quite different to even back in 2018. But I have not yet heard a good argument as to why men should not be taking a MGTOW sort of path in 2023, or just being a bachelor, staying a bachelor. You might be a guy out there and you're living a MGTOW lifestyle and you don't even know it. So it can just be men doing their own sort of thing, not getting involved with women. And to me, MGTOW is also questioning certain narratives, questioning certain agendas. It's not just a sort of male and female, male versus female sort of thing. I think if we are MGTOW, we should question things and we should try to be open-minded and be aware of what's going on in our society, be aware of our surroundings. So if you are a MGTOW sort of guy, you should have a sort of sense of heightened awareness, I feel. But you are always going to have the haters out there, because like I've said a few other times, there are certain people who have an agenda. They have a lot to lose if a very large percentage of men start to adopt a MGTOW type lifestyle. And what I can see happening is that there will be a lot more men in the West moving to Southeast Asia, those guys who can afford to do so. But what you'll find is that these guys are going to start moving more to places like Cambodia, even Laos, for example. And I think you'd have to be pretty desperate, pretty hard up to have to move to a place like Laos. But anyway, some guys are going to do that, I feel. As for Cambodia, it's a very fast growing economy. I think it's growing at about 7 or 8% a year, but that's coming off a very low base. So it's still not even actually a middle income economy country yet, but by about 2027 or so, I think that will be the case. And some of the growth there, you could say that it's fake growth, because it's to do with things like construction and setting up of casinos, etc., which only benefits a very small percentage of people in society. And there's a lot of corruption there as well. And I don't like what the Chinese are doing over there, the Chinese influence. And you might have heard about the scamming that's going on, scam call centers and people getting kidnapped, etc., etc. So probably not the best place to be. But even in these places like Cambodia, the level of hypergamy is going to increase quite a lot. So some guys who think, oh, I'll just go over to Phnom Penh and I can meet a good girl, I feel that's not going to be the case. It will just become like eventually like Hong Kong, Bangkok, and the places like Bangkok, Hong Kong are already probably at the same level as cities like Sydney or London from an economic perspective. So we can't really say that the level of hypergamy is different in Asia. Mostly, I think now it's not much different. So these guys who are going over to Asia to meet women are going to be met with a nasty surprise. It's going to be a bit of a shock for them, I feel. This is just another unscripted video. I just thought I'd come out here and make the video now because the weather, the atmosphere is looking a bit unstable, so I don't want to be caught out later on. I've just taken my mother to, dropped her off at the hospital for a medical appointment, routine appointment. Then she has another one, so I've got to pick her up in about an hour or so. So it gives me time to make this video. Anyway, gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well. Everything's going well for you, and hopefully I can talk to you again soon. Cheers.